Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. For the first time here in the Asia stream, we get to see Mirage. It's refreshing, and not often you can say that. Mirage is one of those maps that everybody knows. Everybody, people make arguments about seeing it too much. We've seen too little of it, so it's good to finally get to see a little bit of Mirage. A slight change in our lay of the land here. But it's actually taking on NKT winner. Books their slot into the grand final and a place at ESL Pro League Conference Season 17.
Big stakes. Big stakes. And obviously for a team like IHC, I'd even say it's an expectation they should be making conference, given that the region has 3 slots coming out of the successive Challenger Leagues. And obviously Radom pick up the first, Linvision the second. And now we're looking going into this third opportunity. If IHC don't make it, I actually think for them it's a really big disappointment, given the bar they set themselves at these RMRs and going into the majors. Yeah,
you're spot on, right? I mean, IHC have kind of, in a way, made themselves out to be probably the biggest name in terms of current form. Back-to-back major representations. They picked up wins at both of them as well. I mean, of course, one of them was over Greyhound, but you take those. For this side for IHC, this is an opportunity for them to actually prove their legitimacy within the region, because it's all well and good getting out there internationally and at least making your name known in some way, but you've also got to prove that dominance domestically. And we've seen these sort of storylines before in the past. Tyloo, great example. That old Tyloo roster, pre-COVID, they were kind of, dominant domestically and then also very competitive internationally. And I see now are kind of just on the cusp of starting that conversation, a story around them. And hey, well, hopefully we get to see some more of it. Of course, going towards conference will be a fantastic time to prove that they can actually, hang with the big boys internationally. Conference is also a good thing as well for them, because I think it's a little bit more their level compared to a major, for example. They go towards the major, and unfortunately, they get 1 win, 3 losses, and it's, standard, rinse and repeat. That's what's happened for them in the last 2. But at conference, there's some very winnable games there. There's a world, obviously, slim chances, but a world in which they get close or can even maybe have a conversation about Pro League. We've seen some teams sneak through.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. They could definitely, if you can play a major, you can definitely play Pro League. There's no doubt about it. It is the same number of teams. So if you want to go at it from that sense, definitely got their chances. But getting into this pistol round, NKT, their map pick, they're starting off on the T side. And it's going to be an A play, but they're leaving erkaSt. Okay, he'll have to look for the late round.
Blitz, we're looking towards mid. Annihilation will take first contact. Couple of bodies spotted, but they're allowed to cross on towards side. The ball into a back trip over the first. Can't quite make it a second as Zine will fall. 1-for-1 trades. The bomb will go down. The post bomb to be set up by NKT. It's a good start, but Tekka, what an answer through the smoke.
Oh, that was ugly. erkaSt is still really far in the back lines. He's completely unchecked. You can see Techno there is peeking around. Actually, Techno's going to check it. Oh, he didn't see him. No way. No way. Coming in from behind now. erkaSt. Problem is his teammates are dying so fast. The bomb is actually planted for him, and he's not checked. Oh, my lord. Kills the first player. Is there a kid on the ground? Is there a kid on the ground? Ooh, I think he's got it. I think they're going to be okay. That was really scary, though, because he could have foiled them immediately if he kills a second.
I think even now as well, IHC are kind of questioning, where did erkaSt come from? How have we missed him? He nearly gets away with a steal of a round. But it's not to be. First to the board, IHC. The CT side were looking a little bit rough around the edges. But they make it work. Of course, round in their favour means that they themselves got fairly decent money to work with. Actually, a very comfortable full buy, in fact, M4 when S is picked up, so we haven't really seen IHC make the changes that most other top-tier teams are going for, which is back over to the A4. I don't know about yourself. What are you feeling? Are you an A1S man, an A4?
I don't know why you wouldn't use the A4 in a lot of scenarios. That was a nice kill, but, I mean, where was it? I had a good chat with Maui about this one, and we're thinking that any position where you might need to spray, you should get the A4, and also any long-range fight, you should have the A4. So if you're playing an anchor on this map, you should have the A4 to take those fights as players come out of the ramp. So, yeah, I think it's the same old story with all these sort of aspects. Remember how long the fucking Galil and Org are in the game and not really being used? Is because it takes until somebody makes that first jump, and then everyone's like, how did we just lose to that? We're getting destroyed by this gun. We're going to have to use it ourselves. It's always bizarre like that.
No, exactly that. Well, that's a pretty simple cleanup, to be perfectly honest. IHC, second on the board for them, but it was always going to be the case. Minimal investment by NKT means it's round number 3. They have money to work with. AK's coming out. Resign as well. I'm assuming it'll be the same. Glass Cannon AWP would be a bit of a risk. I don't think he's going to put off, especially considering Senzu's the primary AWP for NKT. So, where we stand right now, quintuple AKs across the board, quintuple M4A1Ss for IHC. Full utility to work with both ways. This is the first true test of what IHC are like on their CT side. And already one crossing, Score will deal some damage. Will he find a kill? He will. Just in trade off of the back of 9.
Yeah, and NKT seeing all this presence in mid have said, let's have some space on A. Players trying to creep out of ramp. Problem is, the bomb is actually not in grasp right now. So even if they gain a little bit of ground, bomb plant will not be happening. erkaSt goes back to check T-spawn. I guess they're a little bit nervous of a mid push. And you can kind of see IHC as well a little bit flummoxed. 2 on B. They're trying to react in towards mid. So there's a lot of juxturing for position here until, I guess, NKT makes a choice of what bomb side they want to hit.
That's it. Slow. Very slow right now. I mean, you look towards NKT and they sort of don't really know where they want to take this bomb towards. It's looking like it's going to be an A hit. There's 2 players over there. That third in rotation over towards short as well should be relatively easy. erkaSt take first contact. Bomb dropped over. 40 seconds to work with. NKT is going to shift, walk the way out ramp, and they have been given this for free. Yamio makes a presence now, spam through the wood. Won't find too much, but a Molotov will keep him at bay. Time is ticking, 30 seconds to work with. 1 in flank could be an issue. They need to get this bomb down.
Blitz is playing a dangerous game. Tucks into triple, he could really use a flashbang. Kabul has one. Look at erkaSt just sneaking close, creeping his way in. Blitz, you know, looking the right way, and indeed he is not. Blitz hits the deck, bomb planted default, player in Palace, they have CT control. These are some really brilliant afterplans. They're going to have a tough time clearing these guys out.
It's a messy round to open things up, but NKT, they have somehow, some way, with no utility, walked their way into success here. Flash will come through, erkaSt had all the steps. Great second kill from him as well. This round's done, Score. Save an M4A1S will be a nicety. This round has gone the way of the T side. NKT, they have walked away with a steal of a round. That is such a great performance. He's spotted on exit as well, so for NKT, they can get out of dodge. No real upgrades to be collected. Score might be tested on the way out, though. A couple of bodies starting to have a little look over towards his position. It should be okay. Great first round, and I got to say, for NKT as well, for them to have converted that, they're shift walking the way out ramp, not taking any contact, and erkaSt, he gets so lucky that Blitz just turns his back with half a second. In another world, Blitz finds that kill, and an entire A-side execute just falls apart at the seams. But, hey, fortune favors the bold. 2-1. IHC need an emphatic response. They're going to do it with an AWP, but Cabal's only got a pistol.
Still, though, all eyes on Annihilation. Where are you going to be playing on that AWP? Looks like towards the apartments. Faster boost as he collects a deep line and plenty of information. If he can get onto the wide angle, we can start leaning numbers over towards A and looking at the minimap. That's exactly what they're doing. So, B information is there, but it's not going to matter. They ramp push, lose 2 players, and honestly, they should consider a save if they lose any more ground here on A.
Score's holding. I mean, he's trying to deny them any pressure, any presence out, spotting an arm, tapping away as well. But yeah, I think you're right. Save call might be the right one. I mean, Annihilation's nowhere to be seen. He might hold from short. See if you get a pick through the smoke. But yeah, this round's done. A site once again lost. And we're starting to see now as well for NKT, they've realized the A site is pretty vulnerable. They're getting a lot of free real estate over here. But the bomb was going back towards B. They had the site for free. And they're more than happy. In fact, just to leave erkaSt there and go for this B here to Annihilation, who thought he was saving, is now in a real world of problems. He's falling away.
Still have plenty of nades. As long as we put a smoke down here onto the market window, we should be okay. But actually, Score is pretty far advanced of his flank, and we're going without nades. We're going before them. Oh, Lord. This is starting to fall apart. Annihilation. Second chance. Soon to peak. Senzu needs to get this bomb down soon as well. 20 seconds remaining. Yami finds another, and this is getting really awkward. Player flanking. That Score is getting very, very close. one-on-one now, and there is not time to go anywhere else. Senzu, back of default, starts to stick, score, peaks at just the right time as Senzu repositions. And NKT, they need to take a pause, actually, because that was a massive throw.
That really was pretty rough. I mean, that was a round in which was, you can already see internally, IHC are saving. I mean, Annihilation's posted over towards B because they assume it's going A. They're leaving the 2 rifles there to try and make it messy, but the priority is saving the AWP. And wow, I mean, NKT, that is a rough round to lose, really is. I mean, there's a silver lining of, yes, a bomb plant, but my God, that was a tough one to watch, to say the least. And of course, where we stand now, IHC, they've kind of somehow walked away with a bit of a miracle around. They've got a 2-round lead to work with. And over towards NKT, bomb plant has given them some money, but it's not great. You see that Galil for Senzu's on a dream, and the lack of utility really could be an issue for them.
Only silver lining for NKT is that they kept the money so low, and IHC have no loss bonus, so if they win this, kill everybody, it's a double eco. That's the mentality they have to have. You can't dwell on that previous round. Surely there's frustrations in the mix because, I don't know, we've got a player fully out on A, we're still committing to B, we're not using all the nades, it's just a little bit disjointed, and being their map pick, that can't be allowed to happen. Not in a game of this stakes, not in a game of this caliber as we're getting towards the latter stages. You make those sort of mistakes, and IHC won't just win the game, they'll completely roll you.
Well, tempo, very, very slow here. NKT, this has been the story of this side. erkaSt, just walk his way forward, looking for a little bit of an angle in towards short. Won't be giving anything. This is very passive from IHC as well. Very deep positions being set up over towards A, sort of allowing the entire site to be taken for free. For B, it's a triple stack in towards apartments, which could net themselves the drop of the bomb. That's Yami or step up. New boy does exactly that. Seems to push the agenda though, and the MP9 can't come up with anything. Damage, but no kills. It's all down to Blitz. He'll find the first. Looking to make it a second as he doubles back over towards below window. Trying to catch this short player and do exactly that. It's crumbling on this BXQ and then potentially doubling back towards A.
This is so similar to the previous round. 2 clean entries off CT aggression, just capitalizing upon that, and we're just giving away solo fights. We're giving away way too many opportunities. Kabul just spots the player in CT, and Annihilation looks like he just pivoted in time. Oh no. Oh no. No, I mean, NKT have to start pausing. They have to start talking about these because they couldn't be starting these rounds in it. And they're kind of, I'm not going to say IC are throwing away these kills, but they are essentially gifting them the frags by being aggressive themselves. NKT haven't had to work for these openings. They've been gifted them, and they're just losing them. You can't. You're going to lose the game if you continue at this rate. It's that simple.
Yeah, this is it's rough. That was another round, exactly the same as the previous, where for NKT the mid-round call was actually the worst thing. I mean, that rotation back towards A with no real time to clear those angles. Again, for erkaSt, he's kind of stuck in a position where it's like, well, I mean, what can I do now? I've got 30 points of HP and about 5 seconds to work with. It's a brutal round, and of course, for the T side, it means that they've got nothing to work with. No bomb plan, of course, no money, and a very small ability to force buy in towards this one. They don't come through. Just a little bit of tag damage. erkaSt, so much reliance on this AK to find success. The question is, if he falls, how will things crumble? And there it is. There's the first. AK dropped as well. Smoke not deployed. 2-body spotted. A Techno happy to take the fight. Happy to take the engagement. It's easy. It's clean. 3 kills for him. Score comes in for a taste of his own. This round once again done. IHC, CT side up to 5. It seems. When do we see a pause call by NKT? Because this is already looking extremely tight. At least the AK is going to be collected. Damage has been dealt. Yami will somehow get out of dodge. Does take some damage. The AK to work with, a possibility.
Kind of surprised IHC hasn't brought another player over. That's a good kill from Techno, but these guys are so low. They're dancing a little bit with the devil in apartments, but 4 alive. IHC needed a clean round. Just at least bank a little bit of economy, but yeah. It's the reason I'm harping on them throwing away these advantages is because in a game like this against IHC, it's going to even out. IHC is going to get some clean entries on their rounds, and then you just can't win them. If you can't convert huge advantages, you're not necessarily going to get those chances again. And that, for me, is the big fear now going forward in this half, is if IHC stop giving away these opening kills, how do NKT even get near a bomb plant? let her winning some of these rounds. I need to see some brilliance, some strategy, some, you know, there has to be reasons to pick into this map. They have to have a plan, and we need to see that materialize, because IHC are not going to keep giving away clean entries.
Yeah, that's it. Thankfully, a pause coming through, right? I mean, that's the nice thing. We're seeing for NKT just a moment to talk through this, especially those kind of couple of rounds. You're back in towards kind of your rounds 5 and 6, where you're thinking, how have you guys thrown this? I mean, they were all going to set up on a platter, and rough calls have led to rough positions, and of course, a sort of rough future now for them. Thankfully, a full buy-ish to come through for NKT, and I say ish because erkaSt saving after time a couple of rounds ago has left them with no money, but Senzu an opener, blitz to fall. That's what they needed. The AWP to step up, and last time we covered NKT against an Envision, you know, Senzu, he just never showed up, never turned up to the occasion. Thankfully now looking better at Yami or 4.
Lost some mid control, but NKT don't have the bomb. They don't have the bomb, which is going to make it a little bit harder to kind of accelerate from mid towards the site, and I think that might have just lost them the round there. Look at Kabul. Oh no. Oh, this is a catastrophe. I actually have the bomb right now. This is... Oh my lord. I don't think they've got a clue. Look at Senzu. He's actually kind of half looking this way, but he's not expecting that. Wow.
Oh no.
Oh, that's heart-wrenching, because as a coach, it's such a small mistake just leaving the bomb, and that is the most dramatic of consequences, not having it on yourself as in mid.
And as well, erkaSt, he's been spotted towards jungle, so he no longer has sort of that element of surprise. This is just so rough. Trying to reclaim this bomb and then get to a site with 35 seconds to work with. They could double stack as well towards Ram. One at the high angle, Cabal at the low one. They're never going to be able to get here. The AWP is happily just going to pluck them off. It's so easy, so effective. Annihilation, some of the freest kills he'll ever get. Walking straight into the trap as they are being snared into an IHC sick. erkaSt pick on AWP, but Annihilation. It is a lovely 3k from him, but it's one of the easier ones he'll get. Bomb drop, they had to collect it. That is a brutal round to watch. And for NKT, again, another position where we're saying that is all their mistakes that's cost them that round. I mean, they're playing all right. The map control is fairly decent. It's just one small mistake. Even the small thing of if they took the bomb towards kind of the door over by top mid, that's what a lot of people would like to drop it somewhere in that sort of direction. That's fine, because the ball never would have wrapped around there. He never would have been sort of tempted at the very least to be that aggressive. But the fact that he can spot it and spawn, that's brutal. Another pause, which is, you know, desperately needed.
I think just what we've seen so far is IHC are the more comprehensive team. We have to throw into the mix NKT. Then this is not their full lineup. They're playing with Yami, Bentet, of course, recently in the mix, but for whatever reasons, is not able to participate right now. And I don't know, when you're playing in these scenarios, maybe it's a little bit difficult to have perfect communication. Maybe that's the root of some of these problems. Maybe Yami is expected to take the bomb there, and he just doesn't know because he hasn't played enough games with these guys. I don't know. There's a lot of factors in the mix, and the difference is that IHC, this is the same 5-man lineup that just played a major. This is the same 5-man lineup that is so experienced now as a core of players. And it's looking like it at the moment. They look so composed, and they're making so few errors so far.
Come on, couple of pop shots, but won't comment too much. They know they've lost that jungle control. Cabal's sort of in a bit of no man's land as well. He needs to be careful. There's a world in which he can get caught off guard. Expecting a wrap back into B. 2 players stacked there. The AWP holding for exactly that push. But the brakes have been pumped just a little bit. NKT don't really want to show anything right now. Don't want to kind of go into too much. Waiting for opportunity with just the pistols. The priorities are bomb plants, but with the kill they found already, there's a world in which this could be even more problematic. Almost like a pop shot, looking for seconds. A 9 caught off guard. We said there's going to be quite an interesting duel between the two of them, and a narrative throughout. Of course, just the pistol on the other side. Annihilation steps up when he needs to. Score will be tested momentarily. erkaSt peering around the corner, and his back turned as well. He just about gets away towards get right.
Gonna be Techno, Van, teammate, in towards Edward. They can play so well off each other. Score chimes in first, actually. Techno's taking all the attention. And he does get some kills for his time's sake in the end. Another clean round. Money is now building up. This wasn't the case earlier in the half. And now it's starting to look absolutely frightening. NKT on their map pick have not been all inspiring yet here on the T side. Been a lot of kind of mid defaults and then slow late rounds, and now they're not finding entries. It's becoming all the more difficult. So I'd love to see a change of pace, and given their posturing, that looks like they're cool. Lots of numbers towards A. They want to hit this site early on.
I like this. I do. Take some contact. I mean, the success we saw towards their pistol came off the back of just taking contact out towards A. Even as well, when erkaSt snuck his way out and towards triple, similar thing. Smokes come through. Blitz, full blind, no idea. Somehow still alive though. And Cabal coming in for support. Blitz could be the defining factor here. There's a gap in the smoke. Will drop name, and I don't think he'll find too much damage. Bomb will go down. Senzu down to 62. But a post plant in some fashion set up as Blitz will wield the AWP. Abided by Bogdan's law. This is messy, but it's somehow working in favor of the T side. And a Molotov will continue to keep it up there. Echo pushes, and he'll find a kill. That'll open up the A site.
That's a big frag. I thought he was dead. He's just going to come in through that Molotov. Smoke down on ramp. Molly on Ninja. Nobody in there. Another one onto Palace. Shine can't face. 9 swiftly traded. erkaSt is essentially on his own for the moment until this Molotov fades. Getting stuck now. Annihilation having to juggle different positions. Enormous recovery. That was so close to falling apart. And NKT somehow win it in the end. They lose all 5 players. Oh, well, they'll take the rounds. But from an economic perspective, that might be a little bit Pyrrhic in the way they won that one, because they've got so little money actually to buy again now.
Yeah, my God. Messy. I mean, chaos could be a defining factor for NKT. I mean, they need something, right? So use these sort of chaotic, very, very kind of random rounds and see if they can make them work. I mean, hey, they'll take anything at this point, because it's not been the prettiest of Counter-Strike from the T side right now. Either way, for NKT, they've got money to work with now and a bit of stability. That gives them, hopefully, just a bit of confidence as well. erkaSt, but dancing with Devil a little bit, nearly walking straight towards the AWP. Score in the flames, pushing forward. Let's come on for the first. Quick change coming through inside, making a double. Blitz will step up as well, and he doubles down too. Numbers brought in favor of IHC. Bomb dropped. They've got some comfort and security over that A site.
I think the fear for 9 here is he's so scared of CT and jungle that he didn't feel like he could plant immediately. We know he could, of course. We can see the mini-map. We have the X-ray. We have those liberties, but he didn't know that. So they pumped the brakes, and that's allowed a rotation. Ooh, very low HP, actually, this player in towards CT. That's going to be Blitz. Misses the first shot. As a teammate nearby, that's Techno. And NKT, top connector smoke comes in just after the peak. That's so unfortunate. Now 9 is in a world of trouble. Tagged up as well. It's crumbling here at the seams, and of course, given how, well, they survived with no players in the previous round, so it's not like there's any cash in the bank. Oh, I feel bad for them. But what do you do, 9? Is he already thinking about saving? Because 15 HP might collect the first, but now the game is up. 8 rounds to 2. Cash is disastrous for NKT, and whilst IHC lose 1 round, they're right back at it, and they're looking so dominant here at the start.
I'm impressed, I really am. Gotta remember as well, this is NKT's map pick. This is not exactly the dream start by any means. The 6-round buffer that IHC have built up. And I mean, I guess when you look at this map statistically, Mirage, while it is kind of one of the maps that everybody knows oh so well, it's the map that is just, well, the proving ground, isn't it? The Pugger's Paradise in a way. It is the 3rd most CT-sided map in the pool. So, kind of play to that effect. Yami will fall. Techno stepping up when he needs to because the Orc can't quite find success. He makes it a 3K before he falls. That surely should be enough because the support comes through and thankfully Blitz will clean up. All will be saved, no bomb plant, and for IHC, a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit messy at times, but they convert against the Eco. So now, 7-round lead. They've got a really good opportunity of finding double digits and once again re-breaking that NKT economy. This has already gone up in flames for the T side.
Yeah, we're already in... We're almost out of that sort of damage limitation position where we're just looking to stay in this match at this point. We need to get a few T rounds to give ourselves a window. Hopefully we can win CT Pistol and really claw ourselves back into the game. Score. Oh my lord. Takes a tag, then runs through the flames. He needs to find a nice triangle to play because he can't take a single bullet.
Yeah, park up, right? Just to make sure he stays alive. Numbers are so important at this position. Blitz. Holding the light, he's waiting to see if someone jumps into his window. It's a good position to stick in as well because NKT have made that window jump quite a few rounds now. Pistols and full buys. They've gone for it. erkaSt will make his way into his window. Blitz wasn't holding. I think he'll realize he's lost control over towards window. He has to give it up. Has to play a little bit more on that passive approach. And that gives NKT a little bit of space to work with now. They can make decisions. If they want to wrap towards A, there's room to work with, especially since Cabal's been smoked out. He's actually not too bad.
Blitz is a little bit out, and actually on the rotate, he's going to fall Cabal. Oh, gets in the smoke. Cabal finds the first, the second would do a lot of good here. Making this doable, makes it 2, and a third is... Oh no, it's crumbling. Cabal might be low, but with the AWP in hand, he can play a nice long-range angle. Sits up in connector, makes it a 4th. This is for the ace. He is a monster. Whoa, where did that come from? That was unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Cabal, a little bit quiet prior to this round. You know, he'd been here and there, but not really the guy we look towards in terms of making such a serious impact. And he steps up. 3 different guns, 5 kills. What a step up by Cabal as well. And they're now going to wield the double AWP coming in towards round number 13. I'm loving life. If you're IHC right now, and an 8-round buffer, they are sitting so pretty. So little in terms of the nerves over towards that CT side. It's so comfortable. Doesn't matter how the rest of this half pans out. Already built up such a significant buffer. Blitz, as long as he holds this, which he didn't do as much last time, be fine. He now knows. Okay. Didn't take a pop shot though, but he knows. Or
he's not looking left. I don't think he does. That's really perplexing. He must have been looking at his mini-map. He should have known. He should have known. I don't have an explanation, but I guess it's a good trade.
Thankfully, the score. Look the wrong way. Will be punished. IHC. This is all them. Just losing, making mistakes. But the bombs we dropped. Oh no, this can be dicey, Techno. You've got to win those fights. This entire round, every single kill has gone the way of NKT. It's just IHC making gruesome mistakes.
Bomb has been planted.
Is it
I
a save?
think you save, yeah.
Yeah.
This is not on. Time to walk away. Yeah, I don't... That one in window, I think it has to be human error of just looking somewhere else.
Yeah.
You obviously, for those that are not aware, you deliberately play that angle so you can see the light getting blocked. And then you're just going to take some shots, or at least be wary of someone on the left. Yeah, IHC, I don't want to put that round down to overconfidence, perhaps. Maybe we should let them off in the sense that every other round has been pretty much picture perfect. So, been a bit of a blip, but even then, even with this crumb of comfort, I'm still looking at NKT and saying 5 is the minimum. You're in a world of pain.
We are. This is, it's uncomfortable, and it shows as well that for NKT, for them to find success, it comes off the back of just 3 consecutive brutal mistakes. I mean, not exactly something that IHC are prone to or common to in their books as well. It's a really rough round, of course, that window jumper specifically. I'm assuming, yeah, like you said, human error. Looking at his mini-map, timing was brutal. Mistakes made. Senzu, I like the idea. Not composing the shots. And Annihilation will punish 9-4. That duel between the two of them. Very, very interesting. And it's been more often than not Annihilation stepping up to the plate. Blitz now holding, this time from connector. Waiting and expecting a short push to come through. He'll tuck himself. It's with the left-hand side. He's going to jiggle. And they coming through could do a decent amount of damage. Will do. erkaSt out of 58. NKT. It's time to fit in the pressure.
so passive. You feel like in NKT's position, get aggressive, seek out an entry, find a reply, but they're taking it so slow. Kabul finds another. Maybe a little bit of gap there in window. Maybe the smoke hadn't quite bloomed, and now it becomes almost impossible. Look at this bait setup. Smoke as well. 40 seconds. Kabul's making his way over. The game is up. They know it's B, and this is looking dire. Somebody has to find some headshots. Somebody has to weasel their way through a situation. And actually, there's a re-smoke now in apartments. If I'm NKT, I am saving right now. This is not on.
Uh-oh. Techno. Double. Easy. erkaSt, it has to be a safe call here. What does he do? He can't do anything. And they'll realize as well that where he was surely gets hunted. Will he pass? No. Goes for a no-scope as well. Never going to happen. Score. Easy clean-up. But of course, it means heading in towards the final round. They should have drops coming across, so it should be okay for NKT. I mean, I don't think there are any problems buying. But yeah, that was a really rough round anyway. Just brutal to see. Once again, 11 collected. A world in which IHC go in at the half 12-3. And I think that would be safe in my mind to probably make conversations about just focusing towards Ancient at that point.
It's not just the rounds, it's the fashion for NKT. It's what we mentioned earlier. If they win those 2 rounds, where they're up 5v3, this could definitely be at least an 8-7 maybe. Maybe 6 at a minimum for NKT. And it's just crumbled. They lost 2 initially here. This is what I was talking about. And IHC are going to get their act together. They're not going to keep giving away entries. And now the script is flipped. This is not looking competitive. And IHC, well, they've only got eyes on one prize, haven't they? They want to play another high-tier LAN next year.
The way they're playing, you can even probably quite comfortably make the argument of deservedly so. This has been stellar work. Techno, he's not going to get cleared here. Zion's got no idea. Techno can hold. Zion doing a pretty decent job of just being passive right now. The second he takes 2 more steps forward, you're going to get a bullet straight in the cranium. But he is passive. They are happy to let this one slide. Techno started to see his eyes peer towards the right-hand side, so he'll drop a smoke off the back of the kill, and this round's dead in the water. 2 remain alive. Senzu, erkaSt, and unfortunately, we kind of said it against Lin Vision. It's been more of the same here. Senzu hasn't stepped up. The AWPer has had very little impact. And if he wants to find some, now would be a great time.
Oh, no. It's all over. It's all over. It's going to be 12 on the cards for IHC. They barely put a foot wrong. Definitely towards the latter stages. And I think if you're Lin Vision watching on, you're thinking, maybe there is a competitor. Maybe this isn't going to be a clean sweep for us in the final.
They're going to be nervous. At least it's sad. We're going to first on to the break, ladies and gentlemen. When we are back, second half underway. 12-3 is a damning scoreline. I think for NKT, it might be dead in the water already. We'll see you after the break. What a half. What a half for IHC. 12-3 is pretty damning evidence that maybe this is a one-sided best of three. NKT have got to do something special to get back in towards this game. And I don't know, Alan, I feel personally like maybe it's already too little too late.
I feel like this is the IHC that made 2 majors. They've shown up to play. They had 1 bad half yesterday. And outside of that, it's been pretty flawless. erkaSt, though, that is brutal. Immediate chain of headshots. Can't connect with a third. But if this bomb goes down, it's low HP on Annihilation. I guess the one issue for the CD side is no nades, no kits. It could be a little bit tricky in that sense on the retake.
Looking towards mid-9, he was just expecting a flank. Not going to be given too much. Yeah, that low HP on Annihilation could be the real issue. As long as he just posts up, plays a little bit more passive, they should be fine. That's exactly what he's doing. Still going to take first contact. It'll work against them, though. This is already looking a lot better on the retake. Head spotted. Couple of taps from Blitz was all down to the man with 4 points of HP and 3 kills needed. Messi tapping away. He will be deleted. IHC, that's not a great post plant, and it's opened the doors for NKT to just kickstart a bit of that CT momentum.
Not out of the woods yet. I would be stunned if IHC don't buy behind this. We've seen it from a lot of teams in this playoffs. The reset potential is so potent. This is essentially game over if they win this round. You're not going to have a good buy before the end if you're the NKT squad. And here we go. 5 kills in the mix. They've only got 3 nades total, which is intriguing. Could be a little bit tricky in that sense. But yeah, when you got some of these individuals, they might be able to generate a little bit of magic and open up a space just off the back of raw fragging power.
You can hope. Of course, you look towards your likes of... well, from this game, it's your Annihilation, your tech number. Scores definitely another one who has to come into the table. 9, back turn. Head of a swivel, though. We'll find one. Annihilation will trade. Yami to fall. And the scout rains off for one more as well. Numbers in favor of the CT side. IHC will bring them back level. This is going to get quite interesting. Reset defense, as you mentioned, but even if they lose this round, they'll make it expensive. IHC could be in for a world of wonder. Blitz, dropping erkaSt and upgrading, but Techno caught in 2 mines. Should have stuck with a Galil, and it'll cost him. Blitz, 2 points of HP.
Time to run back. Yeah, they've seen both. They've seen both. They need to run right now.
Yeah.
And Blitz is so low. They could sprint onto B. I think a smarter play is to drop the pace and hope for an overextension. Senzu, wide in window. Annihilation, I don't think he's going to expect someone to be on this side. Even remotely. Takes the duel, Senzu wins. And with Blitz's HP, well, we know he's an astonishing player. We know he's already found 2 good kills. But this would be something absolutely extraordinary if he can pull this off.
Yeah, I mean, the Senzu kill's doable. He's so low. 1 shot is all it takes. Will he be spotted? He's actually going to shift walk his way forward. This is now starting to create a little bit of space. Just don't wrap into jungle and you'll be fine, mate. And he will. I think he actually should be able to get a bomb down. Time is ticking. Oh, and he goes to the front plant. Not the right decision. Back turned. Easy kill. Cleaned up, and NKT found a 5th. But to be perfectly honest, 3 kills over towards our CT side. It does at least keep their economy in check.
Yeah. You see here, they start off 3 mid. Rightfully take the bomb there, but it kind of... The result was they had all this A space and they couldn't actually plant because the bomb was still in mid. So yeah. That was a little bit disparaging from their front. If the bomb, by any luck, had been A, I think the bomb goes down and they have a much stronger position. Nonetheless, they got a lot of breathing room. There's no need to panic. They've already given NKT one hell of a scare in the previous round. So just swallow your pride here. Try and get a couple kills on these deals and look forward towards the future come rounds because that's where this is going to get decided.
Senzu tucked. This could be a lot of cash in the bank for him first. Second as well delivered. Can he make it a 3rd? Damage on towards him, so the pistol should be able to clean it up. Score 17 points. As Techno will sneak his way forward, but he'll be caught off guard. And second here, balcony. And 4 clean up. Flawless round. Very easily done, in fact, by NKT. They go up to 6, but here is the full response, and it has to be emphatic from IHC. I guess what is essentially a bonus for Team NKT. This is one of those positions where it could open a door for NKT at least cutting away that deficit if they're able to overcome this full buy on what is essentially a bonus, but it's a bit of a stretch.
Going for a more unorthodox setup. 4 on A. Just shine here over towards B. Early exchange taken and Blitz and Kabul. Look at that. Massive frag. Huge kill on the player pushing into Palace. Mid trade is nice, I guess, for the NKT players, but now they're in a tough position with 2 MP9s. Even getting these guns, the one in Palace is unrecoverable. Maybe they get this gun in window, that'd be good. But IHC with an advantage. I don't think I've seen them lose an advantage round yet in this game, so I have supreme confidence in them to close it out from here.
Yeah, same here. I mean, the MP9 is never really going to be too much of a problem. And with the setup they got now, it's kind of 2 players on a heavy lean over towards B, and the second this player towards ramp 4s, that's the A site completely open. They can make a quite an easy rotation, but no, the bomb going to go over towards mid. So no commitment being played just yet. I mean, of course, they've got time to work with. Not exactly the end of the world by any means, but 2 players isolated, play the body system, play for trades, they should be fine. You said about the M4 playing those anchor positions. Well, over towards B, Zion has to make it work wonderfully.
Scorer is coming off Cat as well. Shined in for a world of pain. Position given away, swiftly traded. And I think 9 needs to think better of this one. They have to consider the buy in the following. Yes, most of them are good money. But erkaSt doesn't. And they could dearly use this rifle. I think he needs to get out of here because these players are not going to give him fights. Not at this point in the tournament. They're not going to risk around like this. Peeking around, praying for an overface, and that rifle's not going to survive. 13 for IHC, as now they are absolutely in touching distance to closing out their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, on the real road to it. I mean, they already were off the back of their first half, but now they found a little bit of form on the T side, and this is quite an important round. 4 bites come through. Senzu will have no money left in the bank alongside the likes of your Zines and your 9s, and that full investment means that this is a bit of a do or die spot for NKT. Lose this, IHC find 14, and they'll probably only at map points where we see a full response coming through. In towards mid, pressure taken, 9 or fall back. Taking a lot of damage, but Senzu to crack open this round as he finds the first. Score sneaks his way through the smoke, and he could potentially be in for a fight as Senzu isn't careful. Still just dancing his way through that mid position. With the man advantage in favor of NKT, they're happy just to pump the brakes a little bit on the control.
Missed window smoke, gave the entry. Senzu sticks around, makes it 2. IHC now in a lot of trouble. Still have decent utility, I guess, on Blitz, but only the 1 smoke. Maybe another is on the ground. That'd be great. Bombs are way off in the apartments, so at the moment, we're just looking for a good fight. Bit of space to move behind. 9 tucked himself in the corner. Resmoke is absolutely perfectly timed. Might just catch on the boost. Techno actually gets that kill. I'm quite surprised he could see him over the smoke. That's impressive. 1 kill found, but still a little bit more work to do before we're looking to IHC to win this round.
erkaSt. Rotation. Oh, no. That was an important fight, one in which erkaSt needed to win. Now the numbers brought level, and they've got space to work with. Grabbing back over towards the A sites. Already posted up there is Techno. And Blitz in towards jungle could deny a lot of that presence. This is going to be so difficult. They have to just push Senzu off the angle. Second shot doesn't quite rattle off in the way they expected. Molotov will come down. 15 seconds time is ticking. And a lot of it's reliant on an AWP raining off. But unfortunately, not given the space to do so. Bomb won't be able to go down. This is done. 5 seconds. And Zion will see it off. M4 steps up when the AWP wasn't quite connecting. And NKT lived to see another day.
Just a couple more pieces of utility, and that would have been a world easier for IHC. Just couldn't deal with that CT position, and well, they put in a good shift to bring that close from being a 3v5, but it wasn't quite enough. They are actually going to choose to force here. I see reasons to and against. Problem is low utility. Going to be a little bit tricky. That entry though makes a colossal amount of difference. Score top spawn. Gets the frag. And now from here, what's the next move? What's the next move? You got 1 smoke on Blitz. You can use that to split a sight. You need to be very, very careful to avoid this AWP Senzu, and that's the last smoke gone down. They won't have any for an XQ now.
erkaSt, go aggro. Have a look in. Cabal, he's waiting for this. I don't know if he'll be given a clean fight. Spotted him out. erkaSt, thankfully, just going to fall away. Still jiggle peeking in off the angle. The control kept in favor of that T side. They're more than happy to wait for overextension. If erkaSt falls there, this round completely in jeopardy. So doubling back over towards the A site. A lot of space for them to work with. The 3 players over towards B, they're expecting a rotation to come back their way. Annihilation, surely a freebie. Expected, finds it as well. A site completely open, completely barren, and probably, to be honest, a save call to be made, surely.
Need to be a little bit careful on this bomb plant. Techno just made it a lot easier. Now they can plant for sure. Senzu might be not going to deny this plant. Player peeks out from Firebox. Doesn't quite get the kill, but Senzu should be dissuaded. I think he needs to get out of here. Smoke goes in front of Ticket. He can one-way this one over the top, but I think he just needs to stay alive. And looking at Blitz, he's aware of that as well. I don't think this AWP is getting into the next round. Hits the deck. IHC to hit 14. And the worst news of all is NKT have absolutely no money. And presumably their loss bonus is not that high anymore, given a few rounds on the trot. So this is as close as it can be to over. IHC are you know, millimeters away now.
Yeah, this is getting... It's getting messy, man. It really is. I mean, I'm getting a little bit nervous, I've got to say. For NKT, how will this kind of have longer-term implications as well going in towards this veto? We know Ancient exactly... It's not the most comfortable map for IHC, but if they're confidently picking in towards this, and generally speaking, it definitely used to be NKT's insta-ban as well, right? So already, things look very, very favorable. This is not exactly pretty by any means. 7-round buffer. IHC only need 2. And the buy is minimal. It more or less guarantees IHC will make their way out towards 15. Annihilation will take first contact here. So I'm actually going to take us off towards the corner. A lamp flash needed. Or a Zion might get a bit of a free kill. Don't peek this try, please. There it is.
They're in first. Oh, God. Oh, that's a catastrophe. That's also, more importantly, 2 guns recovered.
Yes.
And it's not like IHC can react across the map with that information right now. They don't really... Elsewhere, Blitz is going to start walking B. And have they just given NKT the slimmest of lifelines? They should have known the investment was catastrophically bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of eyes on this apartments fight. This will likely decide a big chunk of this round.
No one's hurt each other either as well. Yami will fall. Okay, things open up now. They've got the B site in their control. Bomb should go down. No problems asked. The post spawn to be set up. But the question is, how do they want to play this one? Do they go aggro, looking for info? Since they've got a fairly nice idea that they'll have slightly better buys. Or do they play a passive? Great nade. Senzu takes a real chunk of damage. A score. Happy to just tuck himself in close. Jiggle beacon off the angle. I will avoid the flash. No bother. 3 players in towards kitchen. This is going to be a messy fight. But erkaSt finds the first. Don't peek in towards the AWP, and they should be fine. Blitz darts on the back lines. Dropping yet one more. In a 1 versus 1. Buy some time. 9 running around like a headless chicken. Trying to find the fight. And he will. Does he have time?
It's best he's on the brink.
I think he does. I think he's just got it. Oh my god, he does. Oh my god, he does.
Oh my lord.
9. Those 2 opening kills and then a final to close it out. NKT have squeaked by a round out of nothing.
Yeah, I can't quite recall which player it was close to market window, but they'll be head in hands after that after one kill, and that is not on. That retake.
Score.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's had a great game so far. He's going to make a mistake at some point, but yeah, that sliver of a chance is now a little bit wider. That crack is starting to creep its way open, and now the cash is gone for IHC.
Oh, what a shot as well, Senzu. I've called upon him because, you know, again, Slim Vision, he was very quiet the entire series. I think he was the lowest performer. And he started off really poorly in towards this game. Thankfully, the AWP is now stepping up on CT side and causing a lot of problems. Tekla, that's a huge kill to find. Arguably the most impactful fragger so far. And now IHC, start off round 23, and a man disadvantage.
Ooh. Sly miss there. Players gaining a little bit of ground. Cannon Molly on Palace is brilliant, though. The ball cannot help. He'd love to be able to swing to deal with this CT AWPer. erkaSt traded, but it doesn't matter. The rotator here, these smokes are going to fade very, very soon, and there's a missed one onto jungle. Kabul finds another, though. 9. Here's the deck. Big frag. Big, big frag as they're gaining more and more ground. But at the moment, there's actually no safe plan. They need to deal with Senzu or get a player into connector and they hit the brakes and players back. Ooh, I think they're thinking ahead of this one. Chaotic round, but now it's a 2v1 and this bomb can be recovered safely.
Should be. Annihilation. Gotta hit those. Finds that shot and the round's done, but not to be now in a 1 versus 1. Slight bit of jeopardy coming through in a very open block from Cabal. Just goes for that front default, but it does allow him to set up, well, pretty open. You know he's somewhere over towards that ramp position. He's got to be. Palace would be such a risky setup for Cabal. It's all about timing. He knows this was the short play. Technically speaking, could have wrapped around in towards behind him, hence why he's double checking. Every now and again, having a little peek the other way. Sign, trying to clear all the angles. Smoker towards the bomb. This could get messy. That smoke, it might have caught the corner though. It might not have gone the full distance. And again, running. It's done. IHC up to 50. Hightailing it. I'm pretty sure the smoke wouldn't even have covered the bomb anyway. So it would have been a done round regardless. Love to see it. 15-8. Final steps now for IHC to take NKT's map pick.
Certainly has not been pretty in these last few rounds, but rounds are rounds for IHC. They just won the W. And this cash is, I mean, look at this buy. Deagle, 3 Deagles, probably 4 when 9 invests. FAMAS on the ground, we're juggling around. There we go. FAMAS in play, so couple rifles, but this is your opportunity if you're IHC just to get this done right now. They're going for a very simple call. 5 on towards it, exploding out Techno with the entry. Smoke starting to bloom. NKT have got nobody in front of these, nobody in towards CT. If the bomb gets planted and CT control gets taken, this is going to be a monumentally difficult retake.
Scott, holding. Trying to spam through the smoke, but this is difficult. Numbers don't favour them for NKT, and neither does the firepower. 1 M4, 1 S, and a FAMAS. And a dream to stay alive here on their map pick. On the line up for Annihilation. Make that 3 as well. This is stunning. It's 9 left alone, and he will fall. Map number 1 goes the way of IHC as they take NKT's pick. And ladies and gentlemen, this whole series up in jeopardy. NKT, they have got their backs against the wall.
Yeah, and I think the storyline, obviously the big one coming into this series, as you mentioned, was IHC growing into this tournament. In some of those rounds, that was absolute dominance. Of course, yeah. When we watched Linvision against NKT, that was a fairly convincing game. But yeah. I don't even think some of their rounds was